this time, we observe again 1 minute of absolute silence.
शतकोटि प्रणाम, कोटि प्रणाम, शतकोटि प्रणाम। हे दीनबन्धु राधेशा, हे दीनबन्धु भगवान की जय।
Let us turn to page 4 of our booklets as we engage in opening pratna.
योगाचार्यं नमाम्यहम्। व्याघ्रं वरं धरं देवं शूलाहस्तं सुभैरवं नमामि स्वं महादेवं दिव्या ज्योतिर्विभूषितम्। आचार्यं प्रणवं देवम् अशुद्धसंवरापरं नमामि सच्चिदानन्दं श्री प्रणवानन्दाविग्रहम्। ॐ महेन्द्रं प्रेम सिन्धु तपासेजसा दीप्तिमन्तं महामुक्ति विराधारं श्री प्रणवाचार्यं नमाम्यहम्। ॐ नमस्ते विघ्नासहर्ते नमस्ते सितापरा नमस्ते देवादेवस्य नमस्ते सिद्धिविनायका। ॐ विष्णुदाय ज्ञानदेवाय त्रैवेद्या चक्षुषे श्रिया प्राप्तिनिधाय नमः शुभधारिणी। ॐ जयन्ती मंगलाकाली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा शिवा क्षमा धात्री स्वाहा स्वधा नमस्तुते। ॐ सिद्धि बुद्धि प्रदा देवी भुक्ति मुक्ति प्रदायिनी सर्व पापो हरो देवी महालक्ष्मी नमस्तुते। ॐ सरस्वते नमो नित्यं भद्रकाली नमो नमः वेरा वेरन्ता वेरङ्गा विद्यास्तायेव च। ॐ वसुदेवं सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। गुरु ॐ अपरम् अपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदं लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् ॐ अञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं वाचातं कपीशं वन्दे श्रीरामदूतं जानकी शोकनाशनम् ॐ ब्रह्मा मुरारी त्रिपुरन्तकारी भानु शशि भूमिसुतो भूरश्च गुरश्च शुक्र शनि राहु केतु कुर्वन्तु सर्वमान् पूजा सम्पदम् ॐ पूर्णमदा पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते हरि ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम ओम श्री परमात्मने नमः.
We turn to page 6 of our booklet. At this time, we pray for universal peace. O Supreme Lord, let us be safe together, let us be reared together, let us be united and strengthened together too. Let us not be jealous of each other. Om Sahana Bhavatu. Water and sprinkle it around the heavenly throne. Om Apavitra Yasmai Mudrikasham Sarvashuchi. Let us wash your hands. Om Hastaprakshalam Samarpyami Shri Govindaye of the water. Om Amrito Pasaramasi Swaha. Om Amrita Pidanamasi Swaha. Once more. Om Satyam Yasha Shri Mai Shri Shaitam Swaha. Wash your hands. Om Hasta Prashalanam Samarpayami Shri Govindaye Namah. Let us touch the various parts of our body for self-purification, beginning with the mouth. Om Bhamyase Astu. Om Nasur Me Prano Astu. Eyes. Om Achur Me Chachur Astu. Ears. Om Karnur Me Shrotam Astu. Arms. Om Bhavur Me Bhalam Astu. Thighs. Om Ojo Me Ojo Astu. Draping our entire body. Om Arishnani Me Angani. Tanustanwami Sasantu. Let us now invite Agni Dev in our presence in the following mantra. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha. Dhauriva Bhumana Prithvi Vavarena thanks to the Universal Mother with the following mantra.
Om Lakshmi Karotu Kalyanam Arogyam Sukha Sampadam Mama Shatru Vinashaye Deepa Jyotir Namastute.
Raising our right palm towards the flame, let us ask Agni Devata to arise and accept our offerings.
Om Udbudya Swaranani Pratijagrini Tvanisha Purate Samsrute Chamayam Cha Asmin Saraste Adyutharasmin Vishwadeva Yajmanasya Sridhata.
We now offer the first piece of hoop with the following mantra.
Om Ayanta Idhamayatama Jatavirastane Daswa Vardaswa Chera Vardaya Jasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchasena Anadena Samedhaya Swaha Idamaganaye Jatavedase Idam Namah.
We keep the sentiment of in our mind. This my soul is thy fuel, just as this wood is the soul of the fire. We now offer the second piece of hoop with the following mantra.
Om Samida Agnim Duvasyata Gridena Bodhaya Ratitim Asmin Habya Johotana Swaha Idam Aganaye Jatavedase Idam Namah.
Let us now offer Kirtan with the following mantra.
Om Susamihaya Shochise Gritam Tibram Johotana Aganaye Jatavedase Swaha Idam Aganaye Jatavedase Idam Namah.
Let us now offer the third and final piece of hoop with the following mantra.
Om Tanva Samibhirangiro Gridena Vardayamasi Prihashochaya Vishnaya Swaha Idam Aganaye Angirase Idam Namah.
The following mantra is to be recited 5 times, and each time ghee is offered in the Homan Kund.
Om Ayanta Idhamayatama Jatavirastane Daswa Vardaswa Chera Vardaya Jasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchasena Anadena Samedhaya Swaha Idam Aganaye Jatavedase Idam Namah.
After each mantra, we sprinkle water on the geographic directions, beginning with the east.
Om Adite Anumanya Swaha.
The west,
Om Hanumate Anumanya Swaha.
north,
Om Saraswate Anumanya Swaha.
all around,
Om Deva Savita Prashuvayagyam Prashuvayagyam Padimbalaya Divyo Gandharva Ketapu Ketana Punadu Vachaspati Vachana Swadatu.
let us now offer a cue continuously. Om Agnaye
Swaha Idam Agnaye Pranamama. Om Somaya Swaha Idam Somaya Idam Namama. Om Prajapataye Swaha Idam Prajapataye Idam Namama. Om Indraya Swaha Idam Indraya Idam Namama.
We offer both cue and samadhi together.
Om Surya Jyoti Jyoti Surya Swaha. Om Surya Varjo Jyoti Varja Swaha. Om Jyoti Surya Surya Jyoti Swaha. Om Sajuni Vinasavitra Sajuna Sindhavatya Josha पृथिवीदेवाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ वरुणाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ भागीरथी अर्धाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ ब्रह्मणे नमः स्वाहा ॐ नारायण नमः स्वाहा ॐ रुद्राय नमः स्वाहा ॐ तुलसीदेवाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ सूर्याय नमः स्वाहा ॐ चन्द्रमाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ मङ्गलाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ बुधाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ बृहस्पतये नमः स्वाहा ॐ शुक्राय नमः स्वाहा ॐ शनिश्चराय नमः स्वाहा ॐ राहवे नमः स्वाहा ॐ केतवे नमः स्वाहा ॐ ग्रामदेवाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ स्थादेवताय नमः स्वाहा ॐ इष्टदेवाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ कुलदेवाय नमः स्वाहा
At this time, we make offerings on behalf of our victories 3 times.
ॐ पितृदेवाय नमः स्वधा ॐ पितृदेवाय नमः स्वधा ॐ पितृदेवाय नमः स्वधा
We resume our regular offerings.
ॐ हनुमताय नमः स्वाहा ॐ रामाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ सर्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यो स्वाहा ॐ सर्वेभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो स्वाहा
We are at page 6. At this time, before we chant the Brahm Gayatri Mantra, I would ask our Pamaji to lead us in special prayers on this beautiful Sunday morning.
आदिदेव नमस्तुभ्यं प्रसीद मम भास्कर दिवाकर नमस्तुभ्यं प्रभाकर नमोस्तुते ॐ नमो नारायणाय नमः स्वाहा
जपा कुसुम संकाशम कश्यपेहं महायुतिं कपूरिं सर्वपापकं दिवाकरम् ॐ नमो भगवते सूर्याय नमः
We will now chant the Brahm Gayatri Mantra, simply meaning, O Supreme Lord, Thou art the source of existence, intelligence, and bliss. You are the creator of the universe. May we prove worthy of your choice and acceptance. May we meet your glorious grace. And may you vouchsafe an unerring guidance to our intellects. Lastly, may we follow your lead unto righteousness. At this time, we have no need for the microphones. Let us all chant in one voice the Brahm Gayatri Mantra.
ॐ
Jagat Mata ki
Jai.
Let us now all stand for the final offerings. We divide the remaining samagri into 3 portions. Om Sarvam Ve Purnamam Swaha. Om Sarvam Ve Purnamam Swaha. Om Sarvam Ve Purnamam Swaha. The sacrificial water used for Hawan will be passed around. Everyone is invited to rub a little onto the palm of your hands as we join in taking blessings from Agni Devata. We ask for health, strength, and courage so that we may continue performing the work of Bhagwan in thought, word, and deed. Let us stretch our arms towards the sacred fire. Om Tanumai Agni Yasi Tanumami Vahi. Om Ayurvai Agni Yasi Ayurme Dehi. Om Varchulai Agni Yasi Varchome Dehi. Om Agni Aname Tanua Unam Tanuarpanam. Om Medame Deva Savita Dadatu. Om Medame Devi Saraswati Dadatu. Om Medame Ashvino Deva Gadam Tushara Swajo. Om Vedamasi Vedamoni Dehi. Om Alamasi Alamoni Dehi. Om Tejavasi Tejamoni Dehi. Om Vajvasi Ojamoni Dehi. Om Manjurasi Manjurmoni Dehi. Om Sagvasi Sagvamoni Dehi. Mother Agni Devata ki
Jai.
Kindly be seated. We now make offerings of bhog or naivedyam into the sacred fire. Om Brahma Arpanam
Brahma Havi Brahma Gano Brahmanahutam Brahma Deva Tena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina Om Tat Sat Hari Om.
Let us now join together in reciting the meaning of the Universal Peace Prayer. Together in one voice, we recite, let there be good to all.
Let all be free from sickness. Let all see good and let none suffer. Let all be happy and fearless. Let there be sympathy for each other and success for all work. Let there be prosperity to the ruler who protects his people every day and also to the people. Let the bipeds and the quadrupeds be prosperous every day. Let there be peace in God's and in the 3 worlds. Let us and all our beings have peace everywhere. Creator and sustainer as you are of the world, you encourage godliness and establish peace amongst the people.
Lord, we pray.
Who is my friend today, let him be in peace, and who has hurt us, let him also be in peace. Oh, peace, peace, peace.
Om Sarvesham Mangalam Bhuyat Sarve Shantu Niyamayat Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschet while the devotees are helping us to clear away the samagri for Hawan, we will all join together in chanting the Guru Vandana, which is 8 verses in dedication to Sri Guru Maharaj and all the other gurus in our world. Shri Guru Maharaj ki jai. Jai Sitaram to each and every one of you.
Jai Sitaram.
My humble swagatam on behalf of the members of the New York Hindu Manan Mandir and also the Shanti Bhavan Mandir. At this time, we will have the chanting of the Sri Hanuman Chalisa. I will ask Bahenji Crystal to lead us in the Hanumanji Chalisa. Kindly turn to page 30 of your booklets.
No, you can sit up on a whole thing. You want one sponge? Give me one more spoon. Sorry. Sponge. Oh, you want proper?
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज निज मन मुकुर सुधार बरनो रघुबर बिमल जसो जोदायक पद चार बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देवो मोहि हरौ क्लेश विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिरु लोक उजागर रामदूत तुलित बलरामा अंजनी भूत पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम अजगंती कुमत निहार सुमति के संगी सज्जन विराज सुरेखा वानर कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मोज जने रोसाजे शंकर सूरज नंदन तेज प्रताप विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिया विकट रूप धरि रंग जलावा सीता रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे गाय संजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्ष उर लाए रघुपति कीन्हि बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिया भरत तुम्हारे सहस बदन तुम्हारो यश गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सहित ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहीसा जम कोविद कृपाल समागे जाति कोविद कहि सकहि समागे तुम उपकारी सुग्रीव दीना राम मिलाए राज कर दीना तुम्हारो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर वंशज जग जाना युग सहस्र योजन बलवानो बलधारी मधुर फल जानो प्रभु मोतिका निधि मुखवाणी जगन्नाथे अजर जनानी तुलनाथ Jai Sitaram to each and every one of you once again. I know after last evening, you must have all had very beautiful dreams and are waking up this morning very eager to come and listen once again to our most competent Panditjis. We're indeed very happy and fortunate to have you both this morning in the New York Hindu Milan Mandir for our Hawan. It is indeed a blessing, and we greatly look forward to listening to your pravachan and to take notes as well. I encourage everyone to take mental notes. Do not just hear, but also listen and try to capture something or a lot of things so that you can take home and practice in your everyday lives. At this time, I hand the microphone over to our Vyasjis for today.
Namaste Vyasa Vishal Buddhi Kulara Vinda Yata Patra Netram Yena Tvaya Bharata Taira Purna Prajvalito Jnanayam Prabhupada Ki Jai.
बोलिए प्रेम से बोलो उमापति महादेव की जय। What a beautiful Sunday morning to wake up to the grace of the Lord. As we begin this morning, I want to ask you a very, very humble question. Are you happy?
Yes.
beloved. As you reflect today, as we celebrate another day of satsang, we're in the company of our Lord, in the company of great souls, great people. Look around and see everybody. All of us, we were put here for a reason. We were sent here to the Milan Mandir for a reason. As we reflect on our blessings and why we're happy, let's reflect on everything God has done for us in our life. And if at all we are not happy, let's look at these devotees today and talk to them and say, Lord, why? Am I the cause of my own journey? Am I the cause of my own sadness? Am I the cause of my destination? Help me, Lord, to find such happiness. This morning as we pray, let's talk to the Lord as such. Thank you for life. Thank you for my home. Thank you for my job, my place of employment. Thank you for my education. Thank you for my spouse. Thank you for our children. Thank you for my friends. And most important, just thank you, Lord. पिता तू ही, माता तू ही, भाई सखा सुजान, मालिक स्वामी भी तू ही. You're the master, Lord. Not only the father and mother, but you're the master of the world. We are all your servants. जैसा ले कोई किसी भाव से कोई भी तार प्रेम ले जो, एक तेरा ही हो रहे दुनिया से darkness, light eradicates that darkness. And it's simple to find the light by flipping on the switch on the wall of the home. Oh Lord, this morning we have come and we have presented here our beings surrendered to Thee. There is darkness within as well. There is sadness sometimes. And although we are filled with light, the veils of Maya, the false being, the egoistic being, sometimes hinders our pathways from that light. Ram Naam
राम नाम राम नाम मन दीप धरू. Should we desire light not only outside but within us as well? Then Kabir, Tulsi, all great saints and sages say in this Tulsidas Ji's Doha, take the name of Ram. It is like a beautifully decorated lamp. Ji hade Haridwar, and place that lamp on the heart and the lips. तुलसी भीतर बार है हो जो चाहसी उजिया. And see how that lamp will illuminate our insides, our beings, remove the veils of Maya and allow us to enjoy our truest nature. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Ram, Jai Jai
बंदव गुरु पद पद्म परागा सुरुचि सुवास सरस अनुरागा. बंदव गुरु पद पद्म परागा सुरुचि सुवास रस अनुरागा. राम 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 बोलो राम राम राम. 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 उमापति महादेव की जय. प्रेम से बोलो श्री महावीर स्वामी की जय. प्रेम से बोलो श्री गुरु महाराज की जय.
In the golden pages of Sri Ramcharitmanas, there is a beautiful chaupai in Balkand where Sant Tulsidas Ji, in the beginning stages of his writing, he reveals a secret to the entire world. And he states to all of us how he decided to write Ram's Katha. It was not just any person that came to him. There was a special being that inspired the heart of Sant Tulsi. My prostrations to you, Panditji, Pandit Jadubans, to our Gandharvi Samaj, and to all of you, Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
Sitaram to our viewers on the waves. Shambhu Prasad Sumati Ahulasi. The heart of Lord Shiva is the origination of Ram's Katha. Do you know when Lord Shiva sits to meditate, you know what is his mantra, his secret, most powerful mantra? Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramachandraya. Everybody?
Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramachandra.
In his heart is that beautiful mandir of Sitaram. And from that beautiful heart of Shiva, Ram's Katha has originated. Tulsidas ji here writes, by the grace, Shambhu Kinha Yaha Charita Suhava. It's most beautiful. A Katha which entrances all of us and takes us to a place like Nilagiri, where Kal Bhushundi sits day and night reciting the Katha of his Lord, to a place like that where nothing else exists, nothing of this world, no troubles, no trials, everything, we leave them outside of the doors of the mandir. Sujan Suchit Sunile Ho Sudhari Ramacharit Manas Kavi Tulasi Karaya Manohar Mati Anuhari Mahapati Mahadeva ki. Lord Shiva is the first one to read Bhagwan Shri Ram's Katha. Parvati Ma Sati Devi, the first to listen. So I think it's fitting this morning, before we even dive into the recap and continuation of our Katha, let us glorify Lord Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya. Everybody?
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. मेरे मन वीरा की तारे हर पल शिव का नाम पुकारे, मैंने शिव से लगाए लगन। मेरे मन वीरा की तारे हर पल शिव का नाम पुकारे, मैंने शिव से लगाए लगन। ओ लगन मैंने शिव से लगाए लगन। ओ लगन मैंने शिव से लगाए लगन। जब भोले का नाम प्रेम से सुबह शाम, जब भोले का नाम प्रेम से सुबह शाम, शिव की भक्ति में होते मगन। मेरे मंदिरा की तारे हम शिव का नाम पुकारे, शिव से लगाए, शिव से लगाए। भक्ति शिव भक्ति में रंग के जीवन, शिव भक्ति में रंग के जीवन, शिव भक्ति में रंग के जीवन, मन में शिव है, शिव में है मन, कर दिया खुद शिव के अर्पण, कर दिया खुद को शिव के अर्पण, शिव मेरा धर्म, शिव मेरा धर्म, शिव ही मेरा धर्म, शिव ही मेरा धर्म, साथी है धरती का गम। Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, bolo Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, bolo Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, bolo Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Everybody again. Om Namah Shivaya. Let our mind take us to the feet of the Lord. Let it flow and take us someplace where we have been missing for a long time. And once we are there now, let's enjoy the beautiful blessings of Bhagwan Shiva. Boliye Prem se bolo Shiv Shankar Bhagwan ki Jai. Friends, once again permit me to extend words of welcome to each and every one of you to our satsang, this second session where we have gathered to glorify the Lord in the form of Mahavir Swami. It is indeed a joy once again and a most opportune, blessed moment to be joining with all of you in satsang. Thank you again and again to all of you for joining with us. Last night we began on a particular journey which saw that all of us, we are joining in one boat, heading on this ocean of life, and we need some sort of guidance. It is okay to say we need help. Time and time again we would be lost. It's difficult to live this life sometimes. Things happen that are out of our control. Things can happen where we do not understand why they're happening. So difficult, so hard they are. The vicissitudes of life can sometimes throw us off our path. And because of that, it's important for us to have some sort of guidance. We will not always be able to depend on ourselves, no matter how strong we are. And so, Panditji and myself, with the inspiration of the Lord Almighty, we have decided that we must approach Hanumanji as people, devotees, who want to follow in his footsteps. Not only shall we pray to Hanumanji and ask him for the strength necessary, but we must pray to him and ask him to reveal to us and remind us that we are already strong, that the strength is already within us. The ability to face our mountains of difficulties, our mountainous issues and problems, whatever they may be, to even face the good times. It's easy to hear compliments, no? Difficult to hear a little sour word. But the compliments can also be a source of difficulty for us if we're not careful. In today's katha, we will see so. How something that might seem sweet, something that might seem okay, can also be something that will throw us off our path. Last night, hence, we saw Hanumanji as our role model. I don't think there is much need, Panditji, for too much recap. We saw how he's a link in our chain, and me chain a broke steady, so me need better devotion to Hanumanji, more like a Hiwan. But you know, let me see if I give me a wallet here. Don't worry, I share money today. I find one of them small bill here. Alright, $20. I think the gist of the katha last night, Hanumanji going on his journey, recognizing his own self-worth. See this $20? If I were to offer it to you wholeheartedly today, would you take it? Okay, look what I'm doing now. If I did this and I gave you the $20, would you take it? Yes. If you fall on a ground so, and maybe I stepped on it a little bit, and I offered it to you, will you still take it?
The value is there.
That's right, Uncle Vikram. That's why he is the president of not only this one, but the whole Hindu community in New York City. No matter how much this bill was crumpled and stepped on and defeated in so many ways, it did not lose its value. The $20 did not lose its value. No matter how much people step on you, judge you, speak your name, the more they sing your name, it is as if you are Bhagwan. Right? They're supposed to be singing God's name, not me and you name. But that's okay. No matter how much you are crumpled and stepped upon, no matter how much in our own actions we have been defeated by our own actions, our own words, our own wrongdoings even, that is no excuse to stay down there and wait for somebody to pick you up. Right? In life, we must never forget our value. We are worth something. We are great beings. It is only for us to open our eyes, wake up and recognize that. And last night, Hanumanji, having been reminded by Jambavan of his worth, his power, he brings people together, Hanumanji. He creates relationships, and not only does he take people to God, he brings God to the devotee. And that is what you and I want. And last night, we saw that with the union of Sugriv and Sri Ram, Chandra Bhagwan. They all set out to find Ma Sita. And he was reminded now at this ocean side that here, across this ocean, is Lanka, Ma Sita. You have to go now, Hanumanji. He's reminded of his self, his worth, his being, his power, his strength. And there was great positivity in his words. He said, if we should fail together, let us fail together. Stay right here. If we will succeed together, if I'm to find Ma Sita and bring back news, I don't want to take all that fame for myself. I want all of you to be with me so that we can go to our kings, Sri Ram and Sugriv, together. That is the power of Hanumanji. Let us do this together. And then Panditji left us in suspense that he had a plan. What was his plan? Let us see as the Katha continues. Bole Shri Mahavir Swami ki jai.
Prem se bolo Pandit Deepak Maharaj ki jai. Let me hold it gently. Remember last night? So beautifully. He said, I will establish my Ram in my heart and I'm going to go. Always remember, whatever you have to do in the world, always put God first. Not even yourself, put God first and let the Lord pave the path for you. And beautifully, what did he say? Ram Naam ke moti ko sa so की मांग बना ले This morning, give our musicians a round of applause. We have so many of them. And we're going to hear all of them today. We have our Chris in the back there. He came this morning to join us. We have our dear Crystal, Kevin G, Umesh, Ashley, Alan G. Many of us, Umesh from Florida, all of us, we're going to hear them today. We want to bring the house down today. Because he came on for help you back. Bolo Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo Ram. Everybody. Bolo Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo Ram. 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 Now Hanuman, he has all the qualities now. Remember we looked at him last night. Courage. He was very courageous now. He had the strength, the might. He had the intelligence, the power of discretion. He was spiritually charged. And in order for him to accomplish this goal, to be successful, he called on the Lord. He says, Prabhu, take me on this journey. Janam safar hare man Bolo Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo Ram. 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 Sindhu he has the Lord in his heart now, and he decides he's going to put a plan together to overcome. Sindhu tir ek bhudal sundar kautuk puri chadhayo ta upar kautuk puri chadhayo ta upar Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Bar bar Raghubir Samhari Bar bar Raghubir Samhari Narku pavan sut palan bhari Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Now that he's ready, he doesn't know where he's going or what he's going to be faced with. But remember, he has the Lord. One of the most prized possessions we can own in the world is our relationship with God. Believe me, nothing can interfere with that. Nothing will interfere with you. And he had the Lord. And when we have God within us, and we have the blessings of the Lord, and we have all the tools that God has given each and every one of us, any task can be easily accomplished. And Tulsidas Ji so beautifully says, once we have the tools, we will utilize everything in our possession to make ourselves and those around us happy. And the task ahead will become an easy one. He looked and he saw this beautiful hill. And he was admiring this hill because once you're blessed by God and you understand, as Panditji says, your worth, everything is beautiful. And this is why we're in Sundarkan. We're in Sundarkan. Don't let anybody tell you that you're below. People judge us in the world today because of what they see within their own selves. Believe you me. They're looking in a mirror, but they don't realize that they're actually judging themselves. It's within the heart, it's within the mind. Have these feelings, have these blessings, have these qualities as Hanumanji possesses, and we will see beauty in the world. He looked, he saw this beautiful hill, and he says, you know what? Today is Easter. And two things Hanuman and Easter get in common. Just like the kite, Hanumanji can fly as well. And we should make a kite like that. Carl West in Sora Liberty Avenue. And look at this kite. When you see Hanumanji flying in the sky, what do you see? He's happy and he's waving his hands, saying hello to the world. Christ resurrected himself. Hanumanji came on such a day as Hanuman Jayanti to resurrect these qualities from within man. Wake up, O man, neend se, or utjad musafir, wake up. We have been sleeping. These qualities need to come alive, to rise again. It is the only way we can be happy. He decides, this is the most appropriate hill for me to climb. It has all the qualities. I will utilize this hill and I will climb up on this hill. And let me see if the Lord will send me on my journey now. Hanumanji was blessed with many qualities. One of them, he could fly. He could fly. And believe you me, to all of our viewers and everybody in the world today, he didn't need drugs to do so. He had devotion, love, and that made him fly. He was soaring in the sky and he was so happy. But something strange happened. You think you know?
Let me find out now. What beautiful words indeed. Hanumanji, as Panditji said, saw that mountain and he decided to climb. जय गिरि चरण हनुमंता चलो सदा पाताल पुरंता श्री राम जय राम जय जिम्मे अमोघ रघुपति करवाना जिम्मे अमोघ रघुपति करवाना एही बाती चला हनुमाना श्री राम जय Jai Jai रामचंद्र की जय, जय ही गिरी चरण दे हनुमंता. I feel as though Tulsidas Ji's pen was sinking into the leaves he was writing on at this point, with power and might and happiness in his heart. Because if you can close your eyes and light up the burners of imagination in your being, and there is this ocean vast, the shores on the other side you cannot see, but this beautiful mountain there, Hanumanji climbs this mountain. He bows, he puts his knees down on that mountain, and as Panditji said, Bar Bar Raghubir. He could have said Bar Bar Shri Ram. A lot of names he could have called, but he said Jai Raghubir. Raghubir means bravery, the king of bravery. On a task like this, one needs to be brave. Don't worry about the results. Push through, go through, face your difficulties. Bar, Bar, Raghubir. And as he called on the Lord, he took off into the air. Bole Shri Raghubir Maharaj ki, Hanuman Swami ki. He took off into the air with such might and such power. Tulsidas Ji records here that the might with which Hanumanji took off, the mountain sank into what? Patal, into the ground. And he says here, into the hellish regions of earth. That mountain sank so deep. With such might, Hanumanji took off. And I think some of my favorite words in Ramcharitmanas are found right here. Because Tulsidas Ji writes, Jimmy Amogh Raghupati Karbana. Know that quiver on the back of Sri Ram? It is filled with arrows that do not go out to him. They can never go away. Every time he pulls one, it reappears in the quiver. Sri Ram and Lakshman, they have that power that when they pull an arrow out to fire at the enemy, another one comes there. So they don't have to worry about remaking any. Powerful weapons, Brahmastra, the greatest weapon in the entire universe, is found in the palm of Sri Ram. He is the king. Bhagwan Sri Ram is the king. And at that moment, friends, one realizes that the most powerful arrow of the Lord is not the Brahmastra. It is Hanuman. The devotee of God is the most powerful arrow of the Lord. Tulsidas Ji records here, you don't believe me? Open your Sundarkand. It is only a few chaupais in Jimmy Amogh Raghupati Karbana. The great scholars of Ramayana, they came together and they made a picture, a mental picture, and I hope somebody can draw this one day. Tulsidas Ji records here, when Hanumanji took off from this mountain to find Ravan and Lanka, it is as if the Lord put him on his bow, strung that bow, and shot Hanumanji across the ocean. Bole Shri Sita Ramchandra Bhagwan ki. And the saints, they brought a beautiful set of duas for this. Aji Ram June Kapi Punjan mein Sut Anjani ko apnai ke bhejo. When Hanumanji, only a couple days ago, we celebrated his Jayanti, coming into this world. When he came into the world, the mother and the father placed their hands on his head and they said, you have come only for one reason. What is that reason? Ram June Kapi Punjan mein Sut Anjani ko apnai ke bhejo. Maathe ke haath ki chaah kari Kar mundari haath kahai ke bhejo. राज सुबैन न बोली सके तब नैनन नीर बहाई के भेजो. राज सुबैन न बोली सके तब नैनन नीर बहाई के भेजो. संकट सिए को कातिव को हनुमान ही बान बनाई के भेजो. We have sent you into this world, we have brought you into this world, O Hanuman, so that you can be the Baan of Sri Ram, the arrow of Sri Ram, to cut down the enemies of the self, to cut down the enemies that we will face in this world, and to show us how to deal with the different situations of life. Hanumanji is indeed, as Panditji and all of us have most aptly adopted him, our most ideal role model. Boliye Bajrangbali Hanuman Swami Ki. In other words, become like the arrow of the Lord. And please, me not tell you if I go fight nobody, pick up weapon and thing and beat nobody. These enemies are quite unique that we face every day. We've heard them many times. But the more you go to the dal, the sweeter it becomes. And far too often, we forget these kathas and how they can relate to our everyday lives. Now I hear Panditji usually tell us these days, everything gets smart now except for us. We have become so less smart that the phone has to be smart, the car has to be smart, just because we're incapable of that right now. So we're getting so old we forget. We need these kathas to remind us. Be the arrow that will conquer and sometimes destroy as well enemies. What are these enemies? What forms and shapes will they take? Our dear Panditji will lead us in the next verse depicting so.
One of the sweet message about Ramcharitamanas, it's a mirror. One of the most unique mirrors you will ever find in the world. And when you look inside this mirror, you see a revelation of your own life. And this book is so unique that every scene of Ramcharitamanas talks about our life. Every step of the way, from birth to even when death comes. Every step and every aspect, every relationship that you can think of is depicted in Ramcharitamanas. You agree with me?
Absolutely.
And this is why this book, out of all the scriptures in Sanatana Vedic Dharma, so many, all of them are unique in their own way. We have the fundamental foundation of Sanatana Dharma, the Vedas, the Smritis, the Shrutis, the Puranas. And these books come from them. They derive the message about life. And they come into revelation for man to enjoy today. And Hanumanji, this is why this katha is so sweet. Because it talks about life. Tell me which one are we here? Not face obstacles in life today. Probably when you get up this morning, you look for iron, you press your kurta ibon. You take out your nice sari for wear, your husband use them last day for cover. You gotta find a new one for press. You go for look for a bread for toast, the fridge empty. You make coffee, there's no milk. No? So how many all these are little minor obstacles we face in life? But you know what? One of the beautiful things is knowing how to deal with each of them. Remember, Bal, Buddhi, Vidya, Dehumohi. Please give to me what I need. Bal, strength, physical strength, mental strength. Buddhi, teach me how to deal with each circumstances as they come. And tell me, Hanumanji, teach me, when these obstacles come, what do I do? Do I give up? No. Jal nidhi raghupati duta bichari tahi mainak hoi shramhari Siyapati Ramachandra ki jai. Hanumanji now, he soars now and he's in the skies and he's going. Where he's going he doesn't know, but he knows there's a place called Lanka. Some party told him, everybody, there's a place called Lanka. So he's going. And as he's going now, an obstacle arises before him. Tulsidas, she says, Taihim Mainak, the name of this hill, this mountain was called Mainak. And when she saw Hanumanji coming, they started to test Hanumanji right away. You will be tested every moment of life. Do not give up. Do not give up. We have to be strong and courageous. These qualities are very important. So this mountain came and he says, let me test Hanumanji's resilience. Let me see if he's really the one, if he's capable. So she rose to him wherever he was in the sky. She rose up. And you know what she says? Oh Hanumanji, why don't you take a break? Take some rest. You've been traveling. Oh, the man just like half in the year. You want to rest already? But these are the simple obstacles that would arise in man's life to test if we are really ready and capable to deal with the situations of life. Kabir Das says, Man ke hare har hai, man ke jeet na jeet. The mind will fail if you allow yourself to fail. And the mind will succeed. Oh man, Kabir says, the mind will succeed and accomplish its task if you are resilient enough and if you stay on the path and you stay focused. Kahe Kabir Hari Paaye, man hi ke Hari Preet. Stay on the focus, stay on God, stay on the path of Dharma, and do not get persuaded and do not detour yourself, because Mainak just stood up just to test the focus of Hanumanji. Like you and I, we would have said, sure, let me take a break. But Hanumanji was focused and he continued on. He says, as a matter of fact, what did he say?
I remember, Prabhu, the first time I heard these words, it was as if a light bulb just went off. The great master Sri Prakash Gosai, he said, to rest is to rust. To rest is to rust. And he's not speaking about after a long day's work, to go home and rest after a long flight. No, this is the beginning of the journey. Your goals are so high, they're difficult to reach, rightfully so. But if at the very beginning of one's journey, we accede to the call of someone who says, oh man, jump off your path a little bit now, and take one little rest here, you will rust. Procrastination. We go do him later, we go do him tomorrow. He's on Ram Kaj. And if he had only stopped there and laid on that mountain, who knows? Who knows if Hanuman would have become Kumbhakaran? You know, who knows? Many of us are like that. To rest is to rust. Hanumanji here, as Panditji said, rightfully, he portrays and depicts focus. Focus on one's goal, determination. Indeed, listen to what he says to this tester, Mainak. Hanuman tehi parsa Shri Ram Bol Ram 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 Bol Ram Hanuman tehi parsa kar pun ki pranam kar pun ki Ram kaaj ki hai binu Ram kaaj ki hai binu मोहि कहा मिसरा सिया पर रामचंद्र जी की जय शरणम प्रभु Hanuman tehi parsa kar puni कीन्ह pranam. He barely touched this mountain and he bowed. And we will approach people like that. Oh, little sugar in their mouth, you can get diabetes with how sweet them attack to you. But behind that sweetness, there is something sour and bitter. There is a long cutlass, no knife, behind the back, with sweet words in the front. Sometimes something can seem very, very good and kind. A situation can seem like it is offering you something good. And we're not saying Mainak's intentions here were wrong, but it is a test, as Panditji said, and I think all these obstacles are nothing but tests. Tests that can compare to our everyday lives. And situations will not always call for us to have physical brute strength. Hanuman tehi parsa kar puni keen hi pranam. I love this. If Binami, you would have fly and gone straight. You would have gone long time. But Hanumanji respects and honor. His humility is incomparable. Nowhere can you find one like him. He bowed. He took his hands and he bowed to Mainak. And the golden, Amar, immortal words of Hanuman. He barely spoke, but when he spoke, oh my goodness, you can live lifetimes with his words. Ram Kaji. Ram Kaj is our work. We are the servants, we are the beggars at the feet of God. To beg this world to turn to God. Look at what we have gone through for 2 years and still people cannot feel and find the humanity within each other. More craziness is happening now. We will never be reminded of how good we are unless we have lost that goodness. And I think, Panditji, there are still more difficulties to come in this age because we cannot, I don't know why, turn to God. Many of us, if you don't even believe in a God, there is a kind of goodness that represents God within all of us that we can find and hold on to and be good people in this world, simple people. Hanumanji is reminding us here that even if someone has indirectly blocked your path from success, muskura la dale, muskura. Trixie, you can hear her sing along, right? Muskura la dale, muskura. Keep on smiling. Koi bhi phool itna nahi khoobsurat. There's no flower as beautiful as all of you here. Hai jitna ye mukhra tera, muskura la dale, muskura. Everybody? Muskura la dale, muskura. There are difficulties and situations we will face in this world that will not always require brutal strength. Sometimes we have to smile. Sometimes we have to bow. In fact, every time, every opportunity, bow. Thank God for the chance to avoid a difficulty, even a difficulty that you have to jump into and face that difficulty. Thank God for that chance to be reminded of the light when you face the darkness. That's all. So sometimes the difficulties require physical strength, some require mental prowess. And I think this next obstacle that Hanumanji will face now, this next test, will enlighten us of what other abilities we must inculcate, as Panditji will remind us this morning.
Until I finish my work, I will not rest. This is very important, especially to our students of today's world. You know, when you go to university, I always say this, we take a break. I go take 1 semester off. Let me walk a little bit. When you see the money coming in, 1 semester become 2. 2 semester become 1 year. 1 year become done, school done. No? So the more we put off, Kal kare so aaj kar. What you have to do tomorrow, don't wait. You have the strength and ability now. Don't wait, bhajamur mate. Don't wait, oh fool. For when you're 80 years old, you want to go to university to finish what you could have finished when you were 20. Don't wait for that opportunity to come, because it may not come again. Kal kare so aaj kare so ab. What you have to do tomorrow, do it today, because God blessed you today. You don't know about tomorrow yet. Pal mein pad le hoyegi bahuri karonge kab Siyapati Ramachandra ki jai. The Lord says, do not let a precious moment slip you by. Don't let a precious moment slip you by. Goswami Tulsidas Ji continues. He says, I will rest later. He continues his journey. Obstacle, obstacle, obstacle. When does it end? Let's see who comes now to the scene. Risoji, come now. जात पवन सुत देवन देखा जानहि कहूँ बल बुद्धि विशेषा जानहि कहूँ बल बुद्धि विशेषा सुरसा नाम अविंद Every day of life, remember these devotees. And this is something we have to learn. We will be tested over and over again. As students, as parents, as children, as devotees of the world, citizens in the world, in the communities in which we live, we are going to be tested, and in many ways that we even can imagine. And beautifully, Surasa now, there was a young lady by the name of Surasama. And the devatas now. And sometimes God tests our faith. And we have to understand this. Because the Lord wants to know if we're true and we're sincere to who we say we are. Because sometimes we wear a disguise. Sometimes we wear a disguise and we approach people and we approach God in false pretense. And the Lord wants to know. And you know, sometimes it's very funny to see that we do wrong things and we hide. Mommy never know, daddy never know. But there's somebody who knows. And sometimes we lose focus of this. That God sees and He witnesses everything that we do. And if I know that there's a speed camera up there catching every mile per hour that I drive, let me tell you, I will slow down. But what do? We want to test, you know. And we test, let me see if this thing really goes flat. But, and you see how your hand and how your wife in the front sit down. Everything in the picture. It's so clear. God will test our faith. So what did they do? They decided to call on Surasama. Surasa had the power. The power now to attract you. No? She had the power to attract you to her. Right? And she had this power now that when whoever would come into her companionship, you would become so attracted to her, you would lose your focus, you would forget who you are or what you are. So they call on Sursa and they say, Sursama, we want you to do something for us. The Devatas called her. They pulled that energy and they said, we want you to go and stand there before Hanumanji so he can see your beauty. He can be attracted to you. We want to test if he's really focused on this journey ahead. Sursa comes, and he says, today the Devatas have sent me bhojan. So she rose to the occasion now. She's following the instructions of the Devatas, and she wanted to devour Hanumanji with her beauty. She wanted to devour Hanumanji with her beauty. And as she rose to the occasion, Hanumanji, you have to imagine this now, he's flying coming, and there comes this beautiful demon-like quality, but she was very attractive, very beautiful. And she's coming there now. And Hanumanji is coming, and she's standing there right before him, blocking his path. Today, the Devatas have sent me bhojan. Hanumanji now realizes this is another obstacle. My intelligence is going to be tested. My resilience is going to be tested. My wisdom is going to be tested. How am I going to deal now? After just dealing with my Nak, how am I going to deal with Sursa? I am the attracted lady, and I'm sitting here in front of you. And I want to take away your focus from what you're doing and who you are. How do you respond to me?
Oh, my mama. When you're speaking and I'm looking at you, I remember Guruji right away. Always. And he used to tell us, see his beard, nice beard. So one day he was reading a yagya, and he had his beard, nice shave up and everything. And he sit down and you read. And his old lady in the front sit down and you more that cry. And every time Panditji would sing and rub his beard like this and sing to Sri Ram, the lady would start suski, suski and cry. So at the end of everything, the two of them met up and she said, oh, and he said, oh auntie, you're really Ram Bhaktna. Every time you hear his katha, you started to cry. She said, no Pandit, me had one goat and the goat had one beard like a yuan. And it didn't go and so remember. This attraction can be devouring in nature. This false attraction can be devouring in nature. Sursa wanted to devour, as Panditji said. And what happened? Tab tab badan pathe ho aayi. Tab tab badan pathe ho aayi. Satya kahun mohi janat maayi. Satya kahun mohi janat maayi. Kavan jatan dehi nahi jana. Rasa sina mohi kare ho Hanumana. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Ram. 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 Syawar Ramachandra ki jai. Tab tab badana. So, in simple terms, Hanumanji said, okay, go ahead, do what you got to do. Sometimes no matter how much you try, another situation will not change itself. So what you have to do, you have to face it. You can wish it away, but it won't go away. And that's an important thing to note. You can get up from this table and run to that table and that table, but the problem will follow you. Wherever you go, problems will be there. Henceforth, we have to face them. And here we see a unique manner in which Hanumanji approached Sursa. She wanted to devour. And he said to her, he said, you know what? राम काज कर फिरी मैं आवो. Hey Ma, he addressed her as Ma. See, sometimes our words, especially in situations where others harbor some kind of test for us, people will always want to test us. What we say to them can change their mind. So he tried that. He said, Ram kaj kar phir main aao. Let me go and perform Ram's work. Let me find Ma Sita. Let me take the news back to him. And then I promise you what? Sita kai sudhi prabhu hi sunao. I promise you, I will come back to you and then you can devour me. He tried that first. She said, well, were you think me stupid or what? If me let you go here, you not come back? So Hanuman, she said, fine, if you must, then give it your best shot. Don't be afraid of the situations in life. You have to deal with them. Tava Badana, she opened that devouring mouth of hers. She was a huge, gigantic serpent. She took the form of a serpent-like creature. And as she opened her mouth to devour Hanumanji, we all know the story. Hanumanji made himself 2 times bigger than that. And every time they kept going and going and going, until what? He made his body very minute in size. And he defeated her by flying in and coming out. And she couldn't. He was being tested for his wisdom, his mental prowess, his wittiness as well. We are tested for that in life. This represents for us our desires, friends. When one desire come and he gone, another one they wait back. And they will multiply and multiply and multiply. They will grow in size. Sometimes, yes, we have to grow to defeat the difficulties. But at the end of the day, we must humble ourselves. We must become very small and minute in order to defeat life's difficulties. And I feel here personally, Panditji and I spoke about this, that no matter how big the desires will get in life, we must try to minimize them, eventually minimizing them. You know, the mind, I look at it as a living creature which is hungry all the time. Our desires, our mind wants and wants and wants. You have to give it something, you have to feed the mind. It wants this new something, that new harmonium, that new keyboard, this good voice, that good feet, nice soft one like that. All kinds of things the mind wants in this world. And the saints say, pull the mind away from the world and give it to the Lord to feed on, if you must. Let the mind be attracted to God. All kinds of desires are there. Many of them will take us down an abyss of darkness. This beautiful olden bhajan, Panditji, it reminds us of what this author has in the heart. Nahi chahiye rang mahal na dhan daulat ki shaan. हमको मांगे तुझसे मालिक संतोष का धाम कि हर घर में खुशियाली हो सदा सुख की हरियाली हो नहीं चाहिए रंग महल ना What is there that we do not have to meet with the Lord? Everything that we need to meet with Him, we have already. And the bhajan doesn't say don't achieve, but what you should chahiye, that's the word. What you should thirst for, what you should save for, is a very, very simple, honest life at the feet of the Lord. Nahi chahiye rang mahal na dhan daulat ki shaan. Hum to maange se not saying that do not earn wealth, but dhan daulat ki shan. That is the point. Do not flaunt it to the world and say that this is all that there is. No matter what your status is, do not think that that is all there is to achieve. Whether high or low, whatever you think of yourselves, know that there is something greater than all in this world, and that is to have a place at the feet of the Lord. Hum to mange tujhse malik ek santosh. Can everybody say santosh? In the Vedas it says santosham param sukham. The highest form of happiness is contentment. To be content with what you have. And oh Malik, oh Lord, let me be content. These desires will grow and multiply and multiply. And we'll fight every day to have more, but they will only pull us down. Take the time now to start doing Ram Kaj. That is why he used the term Ram Kaj kar phiri main aao. Let me go and perform my Ram Kaj, I'll worry about you later. And so you see the words that he used here. I love that he used his words. He spoke with Sursa. He had a conversation with her. He took the time to discuss things with her. And when she wouldn't give in, he did what he had to do. And he defeated her. And it was time now to move on. The two of them had a conversation. And indeed, she had something to say to Hanumanji. Panditji, what did she have to say to Hanumanji?
Indeed, words are very important. Panditji was talking about the arrows. They're very important. When we open our mouth, we must think before we speak. As a matter of fact, he says, Kabir Das, you know, Kabir Das studied life. And all his couplets, his dohas and so forth, is talking about the reality of life. Madhur vachan hai aushadhi. He says words are like medicine that can bring calm to a person's soul. Kutil vachan hai teed. And he says the very words which we use can be like an arrow that can pierce a person's life forever. Shravan dwar hai sanchire sakal sharir paray. He says, this medicine now, when it enters the ears, the medicine of good words, calm words, beautiful, compassionate words, when it enters the ears, and oh, play the harmonium na crystal, while metak, oh my God. And the medicine enters, so she completely a bit now too. Oh, the medicine enters the ears. It becomes like such beautiful, calm, soothing medicine that brings calm to the soul and also brings a great form of relief to the body as well. And the very words we use, like arrows, it can pierce the body and it can bring total damage to man's life. So choose your words very carefully. And here, Hanumanji thought to himself to bring calm to a situation that was already getting out of hand. You cannot throw gasoline on a fire. It will become worse. What he says, after he realized, and the mother now, he called her Mai, and she realized who he was, she realized who she was. She says, Ram kaj sab hari kaho, tumh bal buddhi nidhan. You are indeed blessed, O Hanumanji. You have the strength, the courage, the personality, the characteristics, the wisdom, and you will accomplish Ram Kaj. Aisa dehi gayi sohar harish chale Hanuman. Bolo Ram, bolo Ram, Ram, bolo Ram, bolo Ram, bolo Ram, bolo Ram. Ram kaj sab hari कहूँ तुम बल बुद्धि निधान, राम काज सब करी हूँ तुम बल बुद्धि निधान, ऐसा करी सो हर्ष चलो हनुमान। बोलो When she gave him her blessings now, remember just now she wanted to devour him, take him away from his journey. But when she realized who she was, reminded by Hanumanji of her qualities, she says, go, O Hanumanji, you have all the qualities that is needed to accomplish this task. How does Hanuman respond? He looks at her ma, he bows very humbly. He bows to her and he says, I will see you when I return. And he takes off. Harsha Chale Hanuman. He takes off again very joyously. And he continues his journey. And as he's continuing now, he's over the Demerara Harbour Bridge. And he's going over now. Where is he going? What is he going to face with when he reaches the other side?
उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई, उठ जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई, अब नैन कहा जो सोवत है, जो जागत है सो भावत है, जो सोवत है सो भोवत है, उस जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई।
The journey of life is upon us, O man. Whether the problem requires mental prowess, or our humility, our confidence and positivity, now is the time to wake up. Life is upon us. चुप नींद से आंखें खोल जरा और अपने ईश से ध्यान लगा। नींद से आंखें खोल जरा और अपने ईश से ध्यान लगा, और अपने ईश से ध्यान लगा। यह प्रीति का गीत नहीं, प्रभु जागत है तू सोवत है। जो जागत है सो पावत है, जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई, जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई। निश्चर एक सिंधु महुरहई, करि माया नभ के खग गहई। We need to be alert, as the bhajan says, Ut jag, wake up. We need to focus not only on the goal, but the road towards the goal, the journey. There will be many, many obstacles, many things that will come. And here, friends, we see the next obstacle that Hanumanji faced. He took an about turn, so to say, in his approach to this next obstacle. निश्चर एक सिंधु महुरहई, करि माया नभ के थक गई, जीव जंतु जे गगन उराही, जल बिलो की तिन्ह कहे परिचाही। Singhika, a great demonic being who lived there in that ocean towards Lanka, she had this power that any being, any force traveling in the air that casted a shadow on this water, she would grab on to the shadow and that being would not be able to move anymore. Can you imagine that might? Pull the shadow down, the being will come down. Whatever way this demon will move that shadow, that being will have to move. According to how the shadow moves in the hands of Singhika, the being also moved in that way, trapped in that grasp of Singhika. Gahai chah sakson urai, ehi vidhi sada gagan charkai. And like this, she will devour many who cross their paths there. Soi chal hanu मान कहकीना, तासु कपटु कपि तुरत ही चीना. She tried the same thing in Hanuman. There is a false self and there is a real self. This is a test of our self-identity. Many of us have projected beings, false beings. It's called ego. What that spell? And that ego we have become comfortable with as our true self in this world. But that self is susceptible to the grasp of enemies that we will see. Enemies that are called Shadavikars. Panditji will tell us what these Shadavikars are. But when they grab onto us, they will pull us down and they will shake us and break us and make us according to what they want, and we will not be able to come out. Hanumanji was also held on to by this demonic force. And in our concluding verses today, Panditji will lead us at how Hanumanji reacted and responded to when he was grabbed onto tightly by the grasp of Singhika. He couldn't move, pulled down near to this ocean. He couldn't go anywhere. How did Hanumanji respond?
Singhika, Hanumanji, and she's going to pull him by his shadow. And we allow this to happen. We allow ourselves to be pulled down because we become weak and we are not ready to face the challenges of life. We have everything in our possession. Look at yourself. You have everything in your own possession. People cannot make you sad and people cannot make you happy. You bring all of that to yourself. And I say this today, and I say this to all of our viewers on Facebook or wherever you're logging in from. You make yourself happy, you make yourself content, and you bring misery to your own life as well. The choice is ours. Life is far from perfect, but life can become a beautiful thing if we allow Hanumanji to be that role model which we started to talk about last night. We need him in our life. We need his mentorship in our life. Don't just do his puja anymore. Just because every year I have to raise this red flag and put it in my yard. No. Do it with the true belief that as you're hoisting this flag represents the qualities of God. The colors represent the qualities, the inner being of God. And this is what it represents to man's life. And when I hoist it and I put it in my yard, and every day as I leave my home, I bow to this flag. I say, thank you, God. Bless me with these qualities so that as I leave my home today, no one or no force must interfere with my joy. And when you come home, you bow to it again. This is how we should treat these flags. We bow to the flag again and we say, thank you, Lord. Because of these qualities, today I'm home safe, I'm still happy, I'm still content. You may enter a home and something else might happen. But you know what? Nobody should interfere with your joy once you have these qualities. We have to believe this. And if we believe this, Hanumanji's puja will be more meaningful. Sindhika is there and Hanumanji is there. How is he going to handle this? This is a test, a serious test now. Wherever he goes, she sees his shadow and she pulls him. Next year, Hanuman Jayanti will be at the Shanti Bhavan Mandir, and the entire members of the Milan Mandir are all invited to come and join us at our temple. And Penny Deepakji will be back there, and all of us will be back there to continue this journey, because we are in search of something higher than we can experience or we have been searching for so far, and that is the beautiful bliss and fragrance of the Lord. And we can very well enjoy that if we believe in these qualities that Hanumanji represents. So that is an open invitation to all of our devotees online and all of the devotees of the Milan Mandir. Next year, we will host you all, and we will continue this brotherhood that is needed, this friendship that is needed, this togetherness that is needed, because our community today, and I say this without any kind of hesitation, we have too much segregation going on, and it is time that we come together and we work together tediously, hard, love and compassion, and do so for the propagation of Sanatan Vedic Dharma, not our own intent. We need this, and we can do this, we can accomplish it. But what is needed? Love,
The Pandits also
brotherhood.
started like the Pandits themselves.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a division of the Pandits.
Well, let me tell you, two of us start here now. Me go take the hammer, and you take the nail. And I just bring the wood we need, and let's build this bridge together. What do you think?
Master.
Before I hand over back to Pandit, I want to sing one line of this song. And I want to say to my brother today that I love you.
So sweet.
And when I say that, I mean it from the inner depth of my soul. Ay meri jeet tere jeet, tere haar mere haar, sunye mere yaar. Tokufik, Kumari and all the members, we love you guys and we thank you for this opportunity. Tere gham, mere jaan, tere jaan, aisa apna pyar. Where there is love, there will always be success. Jaan bhi khelenge, tere liye le lenge. Jaan bhi khelenge, tere liye le lenge. Sabke dushmani ye dosti. Everybody. नहीं तोड़ेंगे कमर, तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे। हो ये दोस्ती नहीं तोड़ेंगे कमर, तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे, तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे, तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे।
I think he said it all here to end this yagya. That is a bridge that we have built beginning last night already. All the work that you have put into it, there needs to be no more words said, except thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, first of all, to my brother, Manoj, for accepting the invitation to
to join with me and this beautiful Milan Mandir in celebrating the life and legacy and the representations of Hanumanji. What you are to this community, far and wide the Hindu community, is what Tulsidas Ji is for the entire world of Hindu communities. You have revived for us our thirst and our love for Ramcharitamanas and Ram's Katha. Thank you to the members and executive of this beautiful mandir and the Shanti Bhavan Mandir for joining with us. Thank you to my brother Umesh. I tell you, there is none like Umesh. He would leave everything to be here for this dharma. God bless you, my brother. Thank you for last night, tonight, and every single moment. I miss you bad, even though we're not living anymore. I would cry with Mati. Too much. Thank you to Anandji. They're so humble. I tell you, if all of us can follow the humility that these great musicians have when they share the stage and their responsibilities with each other, the world would be such a better place. And I think we're living there when we come into a mandir and a place with these great souls. Thank you to Ashley, that little power-packed lady who is filled with so much strength. Thank you to our dear Chitto Kristalji, another power-packed singer and musician, a beautiful soul. Thank you to Bhai Chris on the Dola. Man, it's been a while, Bhai. And of course, our dear brother Kevin Trixie. Oh, mama. It's been a while since I've seen you, Bhai. Trixie, the man who represents all kinds of sweetness. His voice is sweet, his hands are sweet. Would love to have you more in Satsang, Bhaiji. To Bhai Umesh, who joined us from Florida. No, he had different plans. But a true bhakta of the Lord will find his or her way where the Lord's Katha is sung. Thank you indeed to Lady D, who accompanied us. Thank you to Samantha, who accompanied us last night and sang with us. And if I have not called a name, Kev, Bree, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. A round of applause for all of these great souls. Remember, there's an open invitation. Do join us next year for Hanuman Jayanti. We will host a 3 sessions yagya to commemorate that great occasion of continuing a walk on that bridge. Remember, we started last night with Tulsidas Ji's Doha of great kings building gigantic bridges that they can walk on. And little ants like him and I can also walk on those bridges. And yourselves, great beings, can also follow us, join us, hold on to us, hug us as we go across these bridges. At this point in time, I leave the final remarks for Panditji, and then Uncle Vic, and our MC.
Once again to Panditji, Pandit Deepak, and all these wonderful Gandharvas, these musicians, and well, I don't call them musicians, everybody knows I call them magicians now. I call them magicians, they are magicians, because they take away our worries and our fears. They make that disappear with their beautiful voices and the playing of the instruments. This is what they are. So to these beautiful musicians, thank you, thank you, thank you. To Uncle Vic once again, and all the members of this beautiful mandir, we want to say how happy, how special we feel to be part and parcel of this organization. To our members, to our devotees who are here and who couldn't be here, know that good news are coming. So just all I can say is stay tuned for the good news. So that's all I'm going to say. So thank you once again. May God bless all of you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your Easter. Happy Easter to all of our Christian sisters and brothers, and to all of our Islam sisters and brothers. Ramadan Rahim. Blessings to all of you on this auspicious period as well. Panditji, safe journey back to Minnesota, and see you soon, very, very soon. here in the tri-state area once again. Oh, you cancer already? Oh, you see, it's good. So our dear MC, our most competent MC, give her a round of applause. Thank you so much for the wonderful words you've said about us. The mic is all yours.
Bolo Vyas Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you very much. My apologies. Thank you very much, Pandit Deepakji, Pandit Manojji. Words cannot describe how much you've inspired us today, and I'm speaking on behalf of everyone. You've used the scriptures, the glories of Sri Hanuman, the glories of Sri Ram to remind us to always be confident. And at the same time, you've reminded us to be humble, so that when we walk through the doors of this temple, we leave all the sophistication outside of the doors, and we come as we are, and we come to the lotus-like feet of Prabhu Sri Ram. You've reminded us to walk on the path of Hanumanji, following his footsteps. And thank you again also for your call to action, for your hopes in us that we continue on this journey. And next year, I do hope that we can make this into something really more beautiful, and we can upkeep the very high spirit and examples that you have set for us. Bolo Vyas Maharaj Ki Jai.
Kumari, do you want to say something?
At this time, I'd invite Auntie Kumari to say a few words. She captures everything that we have to say, all our deepest
On the
thoughts.
phone, Facebook, everything. I don't want to turn my back to the altar and to no one else this way, not to the altar. Jai Sitaram, everyone. Pandit Manojji, we thank you so much. I know Lavina has said enough, but you know, when you were saying about this love, it brings tears to me. Two persons I remember, your Guruji, his humility, his love to bring people together, and my sister Rita. I will only sing Rita sitting down here. And every day I'm praying one day to hear that Shanti Bhavan open, and I'm waiting to see that date. Panditji, I must tell both of you that this is a special treat for us in Milan Mandir from since yesterday. You know that our Mandir and our hearts are open for everyone here. And you always welcome, if you want to do any program, any Sunday morning, invite all your members to come and we all can do Hawan together. It's the same Hawan you do, we do the same thing. You always welcome, as my brother said. And I want him to speak. I know Lavina is speaking, but I don't know why he don't want to speak anymore. I always like to hear he, speak something.
Loving at the forefront.
Yes, I know. And I'm so emotional, and I feel so blessed. We all feel so blessed to have these two young Pandits with us here. And we, with all our love and our blessing, we bless you all and all the musicians. There's so much, I don't have enough time is running out, everybody getting hungry. I must say that we are so blessed to have all the youths here. Our goal in Milan Mandir is for youths. When youths come here, we step at the back and we put them at the front. We don't keep them at the back, because you youths is for tomorrow. And tomorrow we are gone, but you all will have to carry on our religion, our culture, and everything. And we are very proud of you, all American kids, you born here. And we are so proud to see what you all picking up, our religion and our culture. And nothing makes me feel happy. I see my son-in-law come this morning at Mandir. And I want to see my son-in-law and my grandchildren come more after. I'm so happy this morning. I have so much to say. Bhagwan, I thank you very much for making this possible for us this morning here. And
we have so much connection with Pandit Manuji. Meena have and Pandit Manuji, his family. Pandit Deepak, my husband Clifford, and you is a family. Seema ji with her mother. So Pandit Manuji, Pandit Deepak ji, you are a great connection in Milan Mandir. And when I see Pandit Manuji, I feel like see Guruji Prakash Gosai. You know, when he passed away and I was there, I dreamt I went in the mandir and he was walking through the mandir, and he walks through the mandir and he raised his hands and touching everyone's head, and he touched my head, and I feel so blessed that he's gone, but his blessing is with everyone, and I'm so happy that you are following his footsteps, and Pandit Deepak ji, and I'm so happy I have this opportunity to say something this morning, and we look forward to see you all again. We have something planned in mind, but we will decide that later for both of you. We'll talk about it with our president. Something great is coming up. Thank you. Jai Sitaram.
I think we're gonna live upstairs and
Okay, Aarti.
Anything else?
I think
Kevin. Oh yeah, we didn't hear Kevin Weiss at all after so long.
He could do the arty for me.
Oh yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
He could do
And
that. After the
he
Guru
could throw any song in
I
between.
didn't hear him for a while. And I was surprised to see him.
Facebook calling.
Depending upon
Now you cover up your face and
Okay,
take me to watch his
usually our time is 11 o'clock to start for art because we have
Yeah,
Kufias.
yeah.
We give them another extra hour, so it's time for art. We will stand.
And we have a pool. Sorry, we have a pool.
We have
Here
a
at
pool.
2-2.
Yeah,
But I'm so
That's
sorry.
one of the
Apologize. 2 o'clock we have food here
Please
too.
prepare the arty well.
Yes,
Yeah,
art.
just to do the
At this
arti.
time, let us
After the
know.
Guru Arti, you'll do it. Yeah. Okay. Oh God. Binaji Guru Govind. Okay, we go clear in front here for the Guru Arti.
Let us turn to page 16 of our booklet. We will firstly do the Abhishek mantras, and as well as start with the Guru Arti, after which we will move on to the regular Arti.
Yes, I will.
I invite all the females to kindly cover your head,
Yeah, where's the drum?
and while the Arti is being sung, we humbly ask you not the Arti Pandit Deepak ji, Pandit Manoj or Pandit Vijay ji until after the Arti is finished, because this is the Arti for the deities. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Om Sahasrashirsha Purusha Sabhumi Sarvado Vedva Adyadisha Om Sarvata Panipalam Tat Sarvadoshi Shiromukam Sarvata Sukimaloke Sarvamave Pratishtate. Om Jyotisham Abhida Jyoti Namaskar Paramochyate. Jnanam Tena Jnanagambam Hridaya Sarvasvashishadam. Om Thank you.
आरती की जय हनुमान
Thank you.
What did you do, Artie?
Right now.
Right now?
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पते नमः मन्त्राहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तेयं जनार्दन यपूजित मया देवा परिपूर्णतरस्तु मे वर 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 मांगो विष्णुदेव श्रीदेव परसरोजन पावे भक्ति सदा सत्संग सिया भज रामचंद्र जी की जय उमापति महादेव जी की जय वृंदावन कृष्ण चंद्र जी की जय गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे